Hey, all right. So, I'm Chapo running this Sins of the Forefather campaign, and I got three of my buddies with me today. We've had more. Some people couldn't make it today, so they'll jump in whenever they get back, or next episode, I guess. And we're gonna have Daryl go ahead and introduce his character, as he hasn't been able to yet.
Okay, yeah, I am Daryl. I am playing Sharptooth, a Furbolg Druid. Um, he's a bit eccentric, I suppose, is the best way to put it so far. He seems to prefer spending most of his time in his animal forms than he does in his normal form.
All right, and go with Alex next.
I'm playing Liam Doris Silverheart, a silver draconic blind sorcerer who's a human male. So far, he's been kind of taking the lead on this investigation so far, and he's found it a lot. Now it's really just a matter of finishing up the initial search and bringing it around back to his superiors.
All right, and then we have Mr. Brendan.
Brendan, I'll be playing Philril Dalmagon. He is a... Shut up.
Sorry,
He's he's going to be a drow bard. He is kind of a pacifist. He's unwilling to shed the blood of others due to the horrors that he's seen in the Underdark. As such, he basically just doesn't mind bloodshed. He's a drow, so he's kind of inured to it. He just doesn't do it himself. He's a lore bard, so he's there to assist in everything.
Okay. Love the name.
Shut up. I have all the fucking skills.
Dude, it's all good. It's all good. Just Phil Medill? Is that how you say it?
Philril Dalmagon. I'll write it in the chat.
Thank you. That would help me out. Actually, if all you could write, I know Liam Doran, I know Sharptooth. Get those already down somewhere in my notes. Feel real. All right. Fill them up. Damn door. All right. So we left off where? Yes. All right. So you had just talked to the professor, right?
Yeah, I was just leaving to catch up with my companions.
All right. And, all right. So, did you get a chance to watch the other episode, Brendan?
I didn't. I'm a lazy ass.
That's okay. That's cool. All right. So basically, what happened was, Kai was here. When she was here, these three they went to this house of this professor. Okay, and the professor, she was a professor of like ancient languages, right? And she's researching some stuff on the ancient parts of the city and stuff like that. For whatever reason, she was found murdered in her home in a ritualistic fashion. And so, with you being a warden, you're basically kind of like CID.
Got it?
And so, the regent, which I forgot his name, but I had written it down. I just basically made up another name for the. Unless you guys got it written down. I know I'm bad. I need to start writing stuff down more. I got Driscar Willow speaking. He's basically a large polar bear kind of looking dude. Okay.
Okay.
He sent you guys off to go check out the house, and while they were there, they discovered somebody had bored through the stone house foundation to be able to get in, and Darrow's character Sharptooth had shrunk down to the size of a mouse and was looking underneath some of the furniture around there and found like tracks of like a snake that had like came through the hole. And so when they got into the room, they saw that she was basically sacrificed in a ritualistic manner. And then they had figured out that two of the runes, what they meant, I believe. One was power, and then the other one was evil, if I'm correct, right, Alex? Anybody?
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah, okay. And they had written down the other three runes. And then they were going to go see the other professor of that was there to see if he could help them like decipher the other runes. And I guess they had. And I believe after that they were just kind of waiting for everybody to meet up for that. If I'm correct on this. So you guys are still at the library.
If I remember rightly, me and the Inquisitor had set off following that suspicious-looking fella as well.
Oh yeah, the guy that's watching you guys.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So that's I believe that's where we left off, right? Where she
I
was
think
in-
so, yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you going with her, or she's just going by herself?
We went together.
Okay. So for some reason, she gets called off. She's got to go take something really quick. Take care of something real quick for Regent. So you guys are left shadowing this dude. Okay. You follow him through the city. He ends up taking a taxi out to the West City. And so you eventually hire one also, so that way you can't lose him. He is dropped off in kind of like a higher end area. Lots of 2 and 3 story buildings, kind of brand newish kind of architecture. But the area around there is known to have a lot of wealthy families and such. So you follow him to a business building. It's a exporter, and the name on the front of the thing is called Vorpal. If you want to try and figure out, you can. Well, if you want, roll history capital and see how you do there.
Not too bad. 18.
Okay, so you know that Vorpal is owned by a really old family that has a lot of wealth, and their surname is Vorpal. You know that they, through the notes from the professor that was murdered and talking with the other dude, that one of the buildings that the runes were found at was owned by the family Vorpal. So there's original house that they rented out, they bought. Okay, they started their business, and with the growth of their business, they sold that house and made another, grabbed another one that was bigger. And so eventually, during time passing, accumulating more wealth, they built their own house, this large like mansion, and then they sold the other second property. The difference between the two smaller properties, realistically, is one had a cellar and one had a catacombs underneath that was built when they had purchased the home to house, uh, members and stuff like that. Right now, the second house that has the catacombs was bought by a beef um, businessman. He made his fortune. He owns like about 4 or 5 butcher shops within around the city. And he does his beef primarily goes to like the high end people and council members and stuff like that. So doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but at the same time, if you don't want to exclusively sells to the higher end people, then you make your money somewhere. But this guy is heading into this business called Vorpal, which, from what you understand, is an export business or whatnot.
Okay. Does it look more like an office building, or does it look like it's open to the public?
It looks more like an office building. You know that he has quite a bit of warehouses down by the docks, and within the city. Actually, with what you rolled, you know that he owns basically 2 blocks of a part of the city of just warehouses of where he exports and stuff like that. So yeah, he's got some damn money on him.
So if it's more of an office building, then it's unlikely that they want public people wandering in. I am going to wild shape into a spider, a small spider, obviously just like a normal, not like a giant spider or anything.
Okay.
And I am going to try and find. I'm going to try and go into the crack of the door so I can listen in on, or keep following him even.
Okay. So you have no problem getting in. And are you just basically just kind of trying to find out where he went?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me investigation.
Okay. 9.
Is that even with the expertise and all that?
Yeah, that's the lot.
Okay. All right. So you look for him for a little while, but you just can't pinpoint where he went. Then the way the layout of the building is, you come in, there's a desk, and then there's 2 passageways on either side of the desk that lead to hallways, and then there's stairwells that go up, stuff like that. So it is a kind of a maze of office space and offices and stuff like that. But you are able to see like a kind of like map on the wall where the receptionist is. And you know that there's 3 floors. The top floor basically seems to be like Mr. Vorpal's or Lord Vorpal's office, basically. Whoever runs it. It's a huge room that's up there, with the exception of maybe like 2 other little small offices. And then the second floor is just full of offices, and same thing with the bottom. There does seem to be a like a garage kind of room on the bottom, I guess, where he rides in with his carriage or whatnot, and then stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. If I've lost the suspicious individual, I will head straight for what looks like the main office.
All the way to the top.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how fast a small spider moves.
20 feet.
Okay. All right. So all
All
right. So it takes you a little while, but with you being able to crawl up walls and all that stuff, it doesn't take you too long. So you get up to the top floor finally, crawling in underneath one of the doors that leads to the stairwell. Once you crawl in, the hallway moves to your left and right. Directly in front of you is a set of double doors inlaid with gold and ornate silver and stuff like that. You're not sure you could fit underneath the door, but you do see some vents along the wall.
Okay, yeah, I'll head for them.
Okay. All right, so you get into one of the vents, and you move along, maybe about another few minutes. And do spiders have dark vision, or do you?
Yes, up to 30 feet.
Up to 10 feet?
30.
30? Okay. So, as you're moving along, you spot another spider kind of crawling your way. I don't know if you could speak to him or not.
It doesn't say whether the spider can speak or not. I am going to try and use my animal handling skills to be either more threatening than it or not a threat, so that it leaves us alone.
Okay.
Basically, to prevent an attack.
Are you a male or a female spider?
I am a male spider.
Okay. Well, I'm going to roll percentile. You get a 50-50 chance. Let's see.
Should have said female, brother.
All right.
I rolled for it, Nick.
You roll up on a female spider, and it is, since you know nature so well, it is mating season.
Shit.
So your male spider loins are burning to mate with her. So I'm going to have you roll a wisdom check
Go.
to see if you can bypass it.
Hopefully, I'll be all right. 19.
All right, so you're good. You make the check. But she is prompting you like crazy. She's like skittering up, and she's like
Lifting her booty.
Yeah. She's like showing you her fucking spot where you're supposed to connect or whatever. I don't know, whatever spider you are. But yeah, she seems like she's in heat. The bad thing about this is that she's the type of spider that whenever the male mates with her, she eats you then to help spread the progeny. So
run like hell.
Yeah, so so you take off, and it seems a little frustrated, but it lets you leave. So you head down, and you find a vent finally within the wall, within the tubes there. And as you look in, you can see. Make me a perception check.
That's not too bad. 18.
Okay. So you're looking in there, and you see the top, or actually, you see the bottom of like a little small table, but you can see the feet of like two humanoids standing in front of a desk. You can hear voices. One of them sounds kind of like a young human. The other one sounds like a. Oh, you really can't discern, I guess, from the voices, but from the feet that you can see a tail swishing on one of the pair of legs. The tail is a reddish color, and it doesn't look like it's scaly or anything. It just looks like regular skin. And then the other set is just a pair of boots, stuff like that. But you hear three voices. One voice says, "I trailed them. They went to the library, asking that professor again about runes, or something like that. I think I couldn't get close enough to find out what they were. They went into the vault where all the books that are off limits to regular students are at. And you see the tail swish. Your job was to tail them. This bodes unwell for you." He's like, "Look, he's like, I'm sorry. Look, I'm doing the best I can. There's not like they're common rabble. They're wardens. I mean, what do you want me to do? I can't just run up on warden and make him tell me what they want. That means nothing to me. You will return, find them, and extract information, or you will be dealt with." He's like, "Yes, sir. I'll do my best." "No. You will do it, or you will die. You will be the next." Never mind. Just get out of my face. Yes, sir. And you see the boots turn around and walk out the door. The tail starts swishing a little bit. Master, this is not a good development. Wardens will complicate matters. I know they will, Shalesta. But you will just have to deal with it and make sure the plans go the way they're supposed to go. Have him follow. Send a crew. Yes, Master, but the crew that we have available is not exactly eloquent. Eloquence is not an issue at the moment. Keeping what knowledge that they could find out of their stupid heads is what is important. Okay. I'll handle it, as always. Your tongue belongs to me, Celesta. Remember that. Yes, I remember. I shall return. I will dispatch them as soon as possible. And you see the boots turn around and walk out.
Okay. I'm going to assume at this stage that most of my wild shape is run out at this stage, so I'll need to get out the vent and out the building before I turn back. So,
yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah. So I will find the quickest exit, even if it means finding an open window and crawling down the side of the building. While it's by default.
So, you crawl Do you crawl the same way that the other spider was at, or do you crawl in an opposite direction?
Oh, different way.
Okay. All right. So you crawl the other way. Eventually, you get to a spot where it drops down along the edge of the building, and it probably drops down for a good. Well, it looks like it drops down all the way down to the bottom level.
Yeah.
And as you're looking, you could tell that it drops down into the garage bay because you can see a private flying vehicle at the bottom. So if you're gonna be able to come out, you're gonna probably run out of your wild shape once you get into the garage, which could be problematic.
Right. I'll just have to risk it. If I turn around now, I'm assuming my wild shape will probably run out while I'm still in the vent.
Okay. So yeah, you use your spinnerets and you just kind of drop down bungee cord down there. You get out of the vent and you crawl out onto the ceiling. And so what you see before you is you see large garage doors, basically, like that open outward. Okay, they're big enough. You would probably guess it's probably about 30 feet across. Actually, no, they don't open outwards. It's just the door just kind of slides on like a little trolley system, kind of sort of like to the right on the outside. But you can see that there's two of these type of vehicles in there. One looks really nice, expensive, or ornate. You're probably guessing it's probably oracles or whatnot. The other one kind of seems to like fade a little bit, like it melds. Like if you ever seen like a Cloak of Elvenkind, how it kind of shifts with the surroundings, it kind of does the same thing.
Right.
Okay. And there's a couple workers in here, but they're just moving like crates and stuff around on the other end of the garage. Looks like it just look like just regular laborers. They're not carrying any weapons that you can see, and they're just wearing plain cloth clothes. The ceiling, however, is a good 15 feet up. And you are basically kind of about 10 feet away from the edge of the building.
Okay.
When you come out the vent, once it gets down to the bottom, it kind of curves underneath the second floor and then drops.
So with whatever time I've got left, I want to get behind one of the vehicles so that I can't see me change.
Okay. So you get to move over there. I want you to make me an acrobatics or athletics roll for me.
We'll call it acrobatics.
Because you're gonna have to move and drop fast.
I got a natural 20, so that was 22.
All right. So like you fucking crawl real fast as shit. You stick your ass on the damn ceiling and just push off, and you're just spewing spiderweb out your asshole or your spinnerets or whatnot as fast as you can. You zip line and you reach the bottom. Are you trying to drop onto the vehicle or just drop onto the ground?
Drop onto the ground so that I'm like kind of the vehicle's in between me and the laborers, so they can't quite see me.
Okay, so you get down there, and yeah, you make it down there, no problem. You detach the webbing, and where you want to go from there?
Yeah, if it isn't, well, I'm assuming it's going to run out now. So whether it runs out or not, I'm just going to drop wild shape. I am then going to do two things. I am going to use my hat of disguise to disguise myself as another human labourer, so that I don't look that out of place from a distance. I am also going to use my staff to cast Pass Without a Trace on myself so I can sneak out.
Okay. All right. So you put your mask on. You turn into the human-looking fellow. You talking about the same guy you've been following?
Not really. It'll just be a random human that maybe I saw on the street, but wearing the clothes of the labourers that I've just spotted in this garage.
Okay. So you do that, and you cast your spell. So on the other side of where you are, there's a door that leads out, but it is going to be you are going to basically cross paths with the two laborers because they're right there.
Yeah.
So you want to go ahead and move over that way?
Is that the only way out that I can see?
Besides the large door in this room, yes. Otherwise, you have to go back into the building.
Yeah. And the large door, does it look closed?
Yeah, it's closed. It's definitely closed.
Okay, so I've disguised myself and I've got pass without a trace on. I'm feeling confident even if I have to get close. So I'm going to try for the door. The door the labourers in here.
Okay.
And I'm just going to basically, hopefully stealthily, but we'll see, walk out as if I belong there.
All right. So you start walking over that way. You are 5 feet from the door, and the door from the offices open up, and you see a tiefling woman walk out or walk into there. Are you gonna take a look, or are you just gonna try and beat feet out the door?
Oh, I will have a very quick glance.
Okay, make me a perception roll.
That is 23.
All right. So you take a glance at her. First glance, she's about 5'10". She has pink skin. Her horns are look kind of like gazelle horns. They go straight up, but they got little spirals around them.
Mhm.
She's really, really pretty, but she's got some menacing cold eyes. And as you kind of glance at her and glance away, she says, You're not normally of the crew." You can tell that she's wearing studded leather armor, but all the little studs have been colored black so as to, if she needs to, she can meld into whatnot. She's carrying what seems to be like a rapier on her right side, and it looks like maybe a short sword on her left. She does have a cloak on, which does shift in the light sort of as she walks. And you notice that her boots don't make any noise as she walks also. She's got a cowl that's pulled off and kind of hanging on her shoulders a little bit there. But you can see her tail behind her swishing.
I will stop and I will face her and I'll say, I'm new here. I've literally just started.
She's like, I usually know all of Lord Vorpal's employees, new and whatnot. She's like, I don't know. You seem kind of out of place. You seem nervous too.
Well, first aid jitters and all that. I've literally just started 20 minutes ago, so.
Oh, okay. Roll your deception.
Oh God.
It's not that bad, actually. It is 18.
Okay, well, you do good because she only gets like a 15. All right, very good, very good. So, actually, she gets more than that, but she doesn't outbeat her. So, so you're able to con her, or just deceive her. She's like, okay, I'll believe you this time, but I'm gonna check on you. What's your name?
My name is
Yes, that's usually what people know. Right off the
Yeah,
bat.
it is. It's William Vanderbird.
Okay, William. It's like, okay, continue. And so she starts walking over to the vehicle that's the stealth vehicle or whatever. And but she's kind of watching you and her with side glances and stuff. As she walks by, whoa, goddamn, she's bad. She's got a body on her. She's beautiful, and she's deadly. It's like fucking. It's kind of like Underworld, Kate Beckinsale, except with teeth in. Actually, that's what she looks like. She looks like Kate Beckinsale in Underworld, but she's pink and got a tail, horns. So, and taller. Anyways, so she enters the vehicle, and as she enters the vehicle, the door starts sliding open. And are you just kind of sitting there and watching, or what?
No, I'm going to continue on as nonchalantly as possible towards the door.
Okay, so you just kind of walking, and you know, you get out the door, and so you're in the back of the building. Back here, there's some big like containers, looks like for refuse and stuff, and you see a couple bums down the way a little bit in the alleyway. But on the other side of the street, you see that there's a like gate and it's open, and it says Vorpal on the building, on that building, but it looks like another warehouse. But it looks like their maintenance kind of warehouse where they take care of the equipment that they have and stuff. Because you see a bunch of like large wagons, and you see like a blacksmith shop, and then you see like another shop that says no entrance, um, with like a red hand, and but the red hand is not like a palm facing towards you; it's like a fist, and um, then you see some other like equipment out there, like just regular equipment, just stuff that would be in a warehouse, like park or whatnot. So as you take your glance that way and you start, which way are you heading? To your left or your right? If you head to your left would make you would cross paths again with that chick. If you go the other way, you would go back out towards the main street.
Well, definitely right then. And also, as soon as I get through the door, I'll disguise self again as another human, but this time just wearing like whatever businessy clothes I can think of, so that I can fit in. But this time, so if she does change her mind,
Okay. So I want you to roll me sleight of hand because she's backing out, and as you change, there's a slight chance that she could see you switch form.
5.
Okay, so yeah,
Nice, very
you
nice.
change form. You get outside the door and you change form, and that's right about the time that her window breaks the plane of the fucking garage frame, and the vehicle stops, and you hear it stop, and you kind of look over, and like in slow motion, the window hatch opens up, and she's pointing a small hand crossbow at you.
I'll just start running. And I also, just for good measure, cast Hidden Step on myself, my third old trait to go invisible.
Okay, so you turn invisible?
Yeah.
There's no... Alright, so you turn invisible. She fires as you turn invisible, so she's gonna try to attempt to hit you.
Probably will.
Oh, she's at disadvantage, so I'll have to roll it twice. So, would a 15 hit you?
It certainly would.
It would?
Yeah.
Alright, so
God, you need like
The
a
dart-
shield or something.
the dart shoots out and it hits you. Okay? Roll me a Constitution save.
Oh, bugger. 14.
No, it's not gonna cut it.
Oh, shit.
Alright. you feel yourself start getting drowsy, okay? And you start moving off, but you can feel the poison slowing you down. Now would be a good time to use your communication device.
Yeah, I think I will. SOS time. Yeah, I might be in a spot to bother people. I have found some information out. The warbles are heavily involved. Help!
All right, so you guys hear him come over the comms, and is like, "Hey, fucking come help now!" Right?
Where are you? I've been standing in the college yard for like half an hour.
Oh shit, you're way the fuck over there.
I give
I thought you guys all left together.
No, I went and talked to the professor, and they were tailing them a long time ago.
Okay, so who's with you? Daryl.
by myself.
Okay.
Technically, Kira's supposed to be with them.
Okay, so she's there with you then. So she runs around. I'm just gonna say that she runs around. She grabs you, and well, are you still invisible?
Well, it only lasts 6 seconds, so it would probably have ended as
Okay, so by the time that she gets over there, you fucking fall out as you see her like feet stomp past you, and you hear cling, 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 and then you're out. You pass out, and then let's see.
What the fuck is going on? Hello?
No.
Hold on, that's Kira telling me. Okay, she says, "Damn it." Well, she got away, but she looks down at Sharp, just like, this dumbass almost got caught. Ah, I'll be there soon. We're en route.
What do you
So-
mean got caught? We're the police.
I'll explain, or I'll let him explain when he wakes the hell up.
It's taste funny.
So, so about 20 minutes later, she's like, "Where are you exactly?"
I'm standing in the main plaza of the college, just after the bridge.
All right. She says, head to an area to the east. There's an open field over there that's out of prying eyes. We'll land over there.
Yeah, sure. I'll just
All right.
slide.
So you head over there. A few minutes after you get there, you can see the vehicle flying towards you, and this taxi lands. She gets out, kind of holding him up. He's still groggy or whatever, and the taxi. She pays the taxi, and he takes off. And she's like, "Yeah, I'll let him explain." Okay, so you're still kind of pretty groggy, kind of like if you're just got a little bit of a hangover, kind of sort of, but you are sleepy in a way.
Well, that was a fun. I followed this guy, and he went to a war. I can't read my own writing. Warble? Warf?
Vorpal, like
Vorpal?
Vorpal blade.
Oh, Vorpal, right.
Yeah, like the blade. He's got his last name is Vorpal. Yeah,
Man, that poison hit him hard.
yeah, I hit him good.
And I went inside following this person, and it seems that somebody in the Vorpal Corporation, very high up, possibly even the head Vorpal, is involved in our little thing because they've got people following us, and they sound like they want to try and catch one of us. So I snuck back out, and I met the tiefling lady on the way out, who kind of bought my ruse, but then caught me trying to slip into a different shape and then shot me.
And that's where I came in, and well, I got her really good with a good strike, and hurt her, but she kind of took off. And well, I didn't think it prudent at the moment to continue. Figured we need to regroup. And that's what's her name telling you guys that. So she brought him back here.
Well, we should probably get back to headquarters then and tell Chief what's going on. I think we found out enough to let him know what has been happening out here. But the connection between the cult and a potential counselor and the Vorpal company, it would interest him a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Can we use a non-spinny world when we get there? Because I don't like the spinny world anymore.
Just go back to sleep, it's fine.
Okay.
Actually, it's not fine. Wild Shape first.
I can't.
Oh no.
So, Phil Real, you are in the office with the Regent. Okay. When he gets a call from them, he says, "Just come in. Come see me now, and we'll discuss it when you get here." So you guys head in, and he's sitting there saying, "Says yeah." He says, "I need you to pair up with these guys." Well, it's good that they're coming in also, anyways. So he gives you a rundown of what he knows so far, that the woman was researching stuff or getting close to something that whoever runs the cult does not want to be found out. And so they murdered her. They ritually sacrificed her. But the chief or the regent is like, I think that somebody had thought about visiting her before the ritual was done, and so they just kind of left it there, and whoever found them alerted the guards, and the guards showed up, and well, she was already dead by the time they got here, and they didn't have time to clean up their mess. He says, but they should be here pretty soon. He says, I ain't got nothing to give you for refreshment except for liquor. And well, it's some good stuff.
No, that's not a good idea.
Yes, please.
I am on the clock after all. No.
Yeah, he's just
Teetotaler am I.
yeah, he just kind of pulls the stopper off with his fucking thumb and just chugs a nice chug of it. He don't give a shit. So a few minutes. He says, "You have any questions?"
Oh, no, not at all. Please, don't let me interrupt your drinking.
No, I'm talking about the case. You're not going to interrupt my drinking.
Oh, no, I think I've got it. And what I don't have, I'm sure my compatriots will be more than happy to fill in.
Okay.
Hey,
So-
Intel, you mind getting a magic carpet out here?
Are you asking the boss?
No, I'm asking Intel because we're directed to Intel first.
Oh, okay. She says, She says, where are you at? Out front?
No, we're in this field.
Oh, I see. You need transportation. All right.
Yes. Normally I'd take him. I travel there with my broom, but our furball friend passed out. He's a bit poisoned, and it's making him unconscious.
Okay.
So it's too big for my mouth.
That's some strong poison. Okay. So you get like a minute later, a transport shows up just out of nowhere. Just boom. Flies in, stops, opens up. You guys jump in and drag the furball again.
God, why are you so heavy?
And
The gravity weighs me down.
and you guys take off. It's probably about, I think it's like 10 minutes from where you guys were at, where the office is. So you shoot out. You reach the office, and doors open, and there's one person standing there. They're like, I heard that somebody's gonna need help moving.
Yeah, we have a furball that needs some help.
Hello.
Okay. He's like, all right. So he looks kind of like a strong human, but he helps the furball walk along, and you all manage to get him up to the office. A medic comes over and he says, he reaches up because it's a gnome. He's like, bend him down so I can see his eyes. He's like I should like pulling him towards you. Like, come on, down. Almost to the point where he looks like he's gonna fall over on top of the gnome. And so like he pulls open his eyes and gets a little depressor and does his tongue, and then he puts his hand on his forehead and you see it glow a little bit, and he's like, yeah, that's some nasty stuff. He says, all right, and he pulls out this little pack and this little like satchel thing, and it just kind of drops down, and you see all these little syringes and vials and stuff, and he's like, he puts the syringe in one, pulls out some, puts in another, pulls out some, and puts in another, pulls out some, pushes it up, and he kind of gives a little squeeze so some of it squirts out, and he shakes it really good. He's like, you got to mix it up so it'll work together. And then he sticks it in your arm, and he goes, psh, and he fucking pushes it in you. So immediately you feel sick to your stomach. So make me a con save.
That gnome stung me. 12.
All right. So you chuck right all over the damn gnome. So whatever you eaten in the last couple hours, or the last time you ate, you just throw it up on him.
It'll more than likely just be well.
Berries and twigs and some flies.
Yeah. Probably not very recognizable at this stage. Just much.
Ooh, that's not good.
Okay. So yeah, you chuck on him, and he's like, "Really? Fucking really?" God damn it! He turns around, and he's a little bit shorter than normal gnomes. It's like you see him, he's just fucking like shaking his fist, like 15 years, god damn it, nobody's thrown up on me. Fuck. he's
sorry.
He's like, shut the fuck up.
I'll make you when I get back to the garden. I'll see
He
you
puts
there.
up his fingers like, stop fucking talking to me, or I'm gonna make your pube hairs disappear.
You the one who messed with the lilies.
He's mad as fuck. And the dude that's helping carry, he's like, don't worry about it. Jork, he kind of gets mad. I think he's got a twin out there somewhere. I don't know. It's kind of funny because he kind of looks like Rourke, but a little bit younger. Anyways, he walks off, and you see like one of the other dudes walk up, one of the other like medics and shit, and they were fucking like rolling. And he's like, "Shut the fuck up! I'll fucking murder you!" Hey, and they just makes them laugh harder. But you see, like, it looks like a mage come over, and he waves his hands, and like all the fucking puke and shit just kind of just drop to the floor. He's like, "Thank you." That's what Sharptooth sounds like walking up the stairs. Anyways, you get up the stairs. You're starting to feel better now that you got that shit was like almost seems like it expelled out of your body. And by the time you get to the office, you're able to like walk by yourself, but it seems like your stomach is just a little bit more tender. Almost feels like all the poison in your body was pulled into your stomach and you threw it up out.
You you feeling better?
Yeah, a little bit. Remind me to buy that medic a beer at some stage.
So, Intel stands up. She's like, you're here. Good. He's like, he's in there. And she taps something underneath the desk and the door opens. And you see you see the regent behind the desk. And you see, well, what do you see, Thorai? What do you look like? As you all come in, you see this character.
He is a physical specimen. I mean, he is just pretty. Even if, no homo, even if you're straight as a rail, this guy's like, you look at him and you're like, damn, that is a pretty, pretty man. I mean, he is hot. He moves, he kind of sits in a fairly sensual way. He fairly tall, lithe. Looks like he's got a little strength in his arms and legs, but he just moves very smoothly like a snake, and just like it's almost like he's got a cloak of billowing on. Like you're inside a room, but it still looks like the wind is playing with the little bit of his hair that's draped over his forehead. It's an oddly enchanting look.
Okay, so you see Gaydar the Barbarian here.
Look, it's not my fault I was born pretty.
No, you're good. I'm just playing. Anyways, so,
I know.
Yeah, you walk in and you find this guy in the office with Regent. He's like, this is Flippy.
Phil Rill.
Fafafui. What again?
Phil Rill.
Yeah, that's him. He's gonna.
I made this shit easy for you, man.
You see, like the boss man. He's kind of like smiling because he's enjoying kind of fucking with you right now. You're kind of getting like a little flustered. That's fine. All right. So, anyways, he says,
Phil Rill, it's not that complicated, sir. You should hear what my mother calls me. I don't know that you'd ever be able to get that string of syllables out of your mouth. Phil Rill is just much easier for the other races to.
Oh, I see. So Philippi here is going to be joining you guys, and he'll be helping you out.
Oh, okay. I'm sure he won't stand out at all.
I stand out, but don't worry. I have the ability to charm the socks off of anyone.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm surrounded by adults. Right. Anyways, came here to update you on what we found.
All right. Have a seat. Tell me.
All right. So, we can confirm that the tiefling professor was in fact sacrificed to an evil goddess as part of some what we now believe is cult activity.
Okay.
The reason, so far, what we've been able to discern is that she may have been killed over researching the ancient history of the capital, over finding its the old name of Rash.
Never heard that name.
Well,
That's
apparently
a surname, or
that is a. I think that was the old name of this city, sir.
oh, okay. Interesting. Keep going.
We followed up on the information of the other professor. We went to his college, and he helped us discern the runes around that was used to in the ritual that was used to sacrifice her, and
Okay.
it's used to center evil beings around it.
That's disturbing. Continue.
Apparently, it's a portal that can be opened up to the realm that is holding an evil goddess, which is what draws in the evil. I can't remember the goddess's name, even though my character would have wrote it down. I think her, yeah, Shar.
He's a Shar. I thought that deity was killed.
So did you and everyone else, but that's what the ritual is tied to. Apparently, this is the ritual used is ancient and long lost history, which can only be found in a single book. We tried to follow up on where the book was, but it was never returned to the library. Only two people of late have had access to this book. And although one of them is the professor himself, which isn't that surprising, since he confessed to showing it to the class as an example. But the other one might surprise you. I'll give him the ledger.
Okay. He's like, okay. What does the ledger say?
The ledger had one of the council members research it.
And that was Vorpal? Or,
No,
or did I never say?
you just said it was one of the council members.
Okay. Oh. That is surprising. That council member is a huge supporter of equal rights, bringing justice and blah 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 shit. They're a goody goody. Yes. Wow. I've made contributions to that one's career before. You see, kind of starts like brooding a little bit.
One of the students we found at the professor's class was suspicious, so we sent Kira and Sharptooth to follow after them, and apparently they work for Vorpal, and they know we're onto them.
Wow. Can't exactly cleanse that building. So you have her in custody. I mean, you have him in custody.
No, it's only a matter of time if you think about it. He's been charged with coming to get us, or he dies. So we just roll about in some public place.
He starts
to attack us, and we'll get him.
He starts scratching behind his ears. He's like, "You."
That might be him at the door now. We could just say.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you let him go.
I didn't let him go. It was more a question of running for my life at that stage, if I'm honest.
He got attacked by a tiefling who was equipped with poison hand crossbows and almost knocked him unconscious. Kira only saved him just in time. And they separated from me, so I couldn't really assist.
It's like a two-prong investigation approach.
Yeah, I was investigating the professor in the ledger at the time.
Okay. Find the dude. Oh, find the human. Bring him in. Or find him and, well, Kira can extract information from him. Meantime, I'll send a team to start investigating Vorpal.
I would advise them to use extreme caution, sir. That Tieflin seems to know just about everybody that should be in the building.
Okay. I'll definitely keep that in advisement. He says, all right, well, where are you heading from here?
Well, since the next course of action is technically to get ambushed, that's to say we get something to eat, I'm starving.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He says, well, keep me updated. Go do what you got to do. I want to report in the morning of your findings. You leave it with Intel. She'll be here early.
Just gave you the report.
Written. I want it written.
Oh, I hate writing. I'll take out my parchments and my quill.
He's like, yeah, but do it out there. He's like, pushing you all out. Get it out of my office and take this one, Flippy.
I can take care of the writing. If you want to dictate to me, I've got beautiful penmanship.
Whichever.
I vote Flippy writes.
I'm actually on board with that.
Okay. So you all leave. And you come out. Intel's like, there's a meeting room right there you can use.
Yeah, but since we're gonna wait to get ambushed anyways, might as well just write it at the restaurant.
She's like, no, you need to write it now in there while you're here and it's fresh in your minds. It's like, I'll bring you food if you want.
Oh no, I've got that covered. I'll cook.
It's like, okay. She does look at
She
does look at Flippy. He's like watching you walk.
Let's hold on. Let's talk about this. It would be you're going to get a much more thorough report if we are allowed to do it at our leisure. And I'm just saying, it would be much nicer if we could take our time, and then I could be sure that it's a well written out report, properly annotated, well written. It will be easy to read, beautiful penmanship. You understand?
She's like, look,
by this stage, I've pulled out cooking utensils and we by the boat.
She's like, I like that you are not eye candy, but get the report done and then you can leave. She says, I have authority from
Hold on.
the regent. Get it done. She's
I
fine.
hate work. I hate work. It's like homework. I have to stay at work to do it.
She's like, it's not going to take you that long. You stop, let Flapjack there do his thing with the writing, and you'll be done within a few minutes. You're wasting more time arguing with me when you could just get it done. So she basically just pushes you into the room, closes the door, and then she opens it real quick, and she tosses a writing kit to one of you that's right there. She's like, hurry up.
I'll
She
take it.
closes the door. So you find parchment and ink and a quill and all that stuff in there.
It's not like I didn't have a writing kit in here. Anyway.
In the corner in the meat room, I've got my cooking utensils set up, and I've been pulling stuff out of my bag of bounty.
You're actually cooking in the room
Yeah,
with the fire.
yeah.
She comes in. She's like, really?
That's fine.
In my damn meeting room, you're gonna cook?
You're hungry? They said
She's like,
go on, eat.
See? If you would just let me take these savages out of here, they'd be eating. They wouldn't be burning things in your meeting room. You would have a wonderful report.
so while you're talking, jelly grows out your mouth, and you're like, "Ugh." She's like, mm-hmm.
What does?
Jelly.
Jelly. I'm just gonna start getting out my pen and paper.
It's not too foul tasting. It's a little. It's just the point that it's jelly. It kind of just filled your mouth.
Prestidigitation. Now it tastes good.
Oh well, it kind of tastes like mushroom jello that you used to eat when you were a kid in the Underdark.
Just like Mom used to make.
Just like Mom used to make, as she beat me with her
You know, before she tried
7.
sacrificing me to Lolth.
Yeah. That evil bitch. I love to hate her. All right, so you get it done. It takes about 10 minutes, maybe 15 tops. You get it written out, come out the room, hand it to her. She's like, thank you. And she's like, well, go eat. Take care of yourselves. Maybe
But I
take a
thought you
shower.
said you were gonna. No, it's okay. I'm gonna go. Bye.
No, well, she's no here. She hands you like a slip for each of you, and it's like a certificate to eat at a bistro not too far from where you're at. It's like, go eat.
You just got a meal card.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
I come out quite disappointed that nobody touched my beautifully crafted aristocratic meal. Lick my lips and follow the gravy off the fingers from the portion I had. And leave the rest of the aristocratic meal in there.
Okay.
Oh no, hell, if you made it, I'll eat it.
It's there. I
And he
rolled
will
it. That's
compliment you the whole time.
Yeah, it's probably better than any of the eaten in ages.
All right. You have a cooking skill?
I do. I'm proficient in cooked utensils, and I have a bag about.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I rolled, and I managed to get 18, which is an aristocratic meal.
Damn. All right. Well, the furball makes a amazing meal, which you guys can eat now. You can save the voucher for later, or you can go eat.
Hell yeah, we're gonna say the voucher for later.
Okay. All
Fuck
right.
yeah, we're gonna save that voucher.
All right. So, yeah. So you guys sit down and eat, and you feel a lot better. You got some food in you. Feel a little energy returning. You don't feel as sick as you did earlier. It's basically almost all the way gone now that you ate. It's basically non-existent. Every once in a while, you get like a little, kind of like a gassy burp. It tastes a little,
Eggy.
yeah, it looks a little, but you're doing okay. So, are you guys going to take a break to rest, restock, or are you guys going to go back out? It is probably about close to midnight, I guess, out there in
I mean,
the
if we
world.
wait any much longer, the guy's gonna get killed before he can even attack us.
Mm.
possible.
Actually, it wouldn't be that late. It wouldn't be that late. It would be like 2 hours after you go. So it'd probably be about 7 or 8 at night. Sun's starting to go down.
Yeah, but we can go get attacked first, and then get some
Let's
sleep.
go. Let's go get ourselves killed first, and then go to fucking sleep. Thanks. Okay, so where are you guys searching first?
Well, some place relatively close to Vorpal, but Warden territory.
Oh well, the whole city is warden territory except for like the council chambers. But even then, you have some kind of authority around it.
We know he's looking for us. It seems that he didn't realise he was followed, so why don't we just make a bit of noise around the crime scene, and hopefully he'll pop up.
Oh yeah, I guess they might look for us there. Let's head there.
Okay, so you guys head there. You guys on foot or are you guys?
Magic broom.
Have I had enough time to have a short rest?
Yeah, you can have a short rest.
In that case, yes, the broom will work because I will be able to wild shape into a mouse again.
Okay.
How much can the broom carry?
400 pounds, but it moves a little slower. It moves
I would think
faster.
my characters. 130, 140 for me.
Oh my god, you're so. How are you so tall?
Lithe.
Oh, that's freaky.
Wiry. Wiry.
Well, we can all get on the broom. It'll just take us a little longer.
Okay. So you jump on your broom and you fly there. It takes you about 40 minutes instead of about 20. And as you get closer, you see out in the distance a fire going on. You start hearing sirens and high-pitched alarm stuff. And as you get closer, you can tell that it's the house of the professor. It's on fire.
How am I not surprised?
Make me perception rolls
I'm not good at those.
and stealth rolls.
Okay, if my perception is 5.
Awesome.
Well, that's good.
And my stealth is 8. Not that I'm trying to be stealthy.
I rolled a modified 20 for my perception roll, and I rolled a natural 20 for my stealth, but I suppose I am in his pocket, so that kind of makes sense.
Damn. Okay.
Perception's a 22, and stealth is 24.
Okay. You're kind of behind the power curve there, Alex.
Yeah.
Just playing. Just playing. Okay, so you two are like, you're good. You know, you seem to just kind of melt in with the night, and Alex is just kind of sticking out like a thumb, like a sore thumb on his broom. And out on
Yeah,
the tip
can't
of it,
really
is
hide
he
the
can-
silver scales, man.
Yeah. So the the light from the fire is kind of shining off him, and
Fabulous.
but at the same time, you are watching the ground as you go, and between the two of you, you do manage to spot the guy. He's probably about 150 feet away or so from the house, kind of watching from an alley. And he doesn't notice you guys up there, except for Alex. He kind of looks up, takes the double take, kind of sees Alex, but he's not really sure because it's kind of dark. And then you see he kind of like heads into the alley on the opposite direction. And heads away.
Is that the guy we're looking for, Squeaker?
Squeak.
I'll take that as a yes.
That seems to be the guy. Matches the description you gave us.
Mouse code really needs to be established. 1 squeak for yes, 2 squeaks for no, or something.
And I'll start flying over to the guy. But I want to keep above him so he doesn't really see us coming still.
All right. Going to make me another stealth roll.
You're going to dice.
Everybody are just out.
I got 7 on my stealth.
Yeah,
Try to-
Are you trading dice?
Yes, I switched it out.
Okay. What'd you get?
Oh, I'm rolling a new one.
Okay.
14.
Okay, that's not too bad. Let's see. Oh, he looks right up at you, and he aims a fucking crossbow at you. He rolled.
Hi, how's it going?
He's like, just fine. Clang. He
I'll
shoots.
take this opportunity to jump out of the Amdor's pocket there, straight at him. Still in mouse form.
He rolls a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. So you take 5 plus. So you take 8 points of damage as a bolt shoots up and tags you in one of your inner legs, like one of your inner thighs. And then he starts running away.
First, ow. That really hurt.
It's supposed to.
As I say, I've jumped out of his pocket. Am I able to land on him if I aim?
You better turn into a fucking elephant and crush him.
How far away is he now?
At this moment, he's probably about 50 feet away.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
try-
no. You started moving close to him, so he's probably about 25.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my cloak now, and I'm just gonna follow him with my broom.
Okay.
I'd like to cast. Let me make sure. Just check one thing. I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Okay. What is he going to roll? It's a Christmas save, right?
Wisdom save. And I'm going to say, your mama's so big, it takes training 2 buses to get on her good side. So it's a wisdom save spell DC of 14, I think. Does anybody know if the luck blade increases spell DCs? Or the luck stone, sorry.
No.
Okay. So in that case, spell DC 14.
Okay. Yeah, so he makes it right on the dot.
Okay.
'Cause he had a +1 and he rolled a 13, so
You're fine.
you see him kind of start like hickling a little bit, but then he shakes his head and he keeps going.
Am I able to do what I said, or is that not possible?
No, say it again. I'm sorry, you had broke up.
Yeah, I was jumping out of Leandro's pocket and trying to land on him.
As a mouse.
Still in mouse form, yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna need you to roll me. I would say, either an athletics or an acrobatics roll.
I will go with acrobatics.
Okay.
Not too bad. 17. Oh, sorry, 18.
Okay. So yeah, you managed to jump out, and you kind of use little fat skin rolls that you have to kind of like, fly over, kind of sort of a little bit more. But you just managed to like drop on him. Let me see if he notices that you're on him or not. No, he doesn't notice that you dropped onto him because he's running. So you land like, yeah. So you land like, right where the base of his neck is, but he's got like a cowl, kind of pushed over on top of his head. So he kind of really didn't feel you like jump on the back of his neck. So, but you're on him now.
Okay, and then I will use my last wild shape form to turn into a bear and sit on him
Oh,
while
that
still
works.
clinging to him. So you go from mouse to bear on his back.
Okay. Can you do right to the different shape, or do you have to revert back to Furbolg and then go back and go into shape?
I don't know. It just says that you can magically assume the shape of a beast
Alex,
twice per short rest.
Mr.
Well, I
Handbook.
don't mind if I have to revert back to Furbolg. It'll have the same effect, really. I just wanted the extra hit points in case he starts stabbing me.
It makes a little bit of a difference because then he'd have a chance to like get away from you before the fucking 1-ton bear drops on his ass.
He still weighs like 300 pounds. So
And it's still a Furbolg.
Whatever.
I think in this edition you have to revert back
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
before you can assume another form.
Okay, so he's gonna make a strength check, and you have to make another acrobatics check or something to stay on him.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
So-
if it's acrobatics, it's 4.
Okay, so he rolls a 21. So you revert back to your form, and you're like hopping along trying to hold on to him, but he just kind of grabs your wrists and pulls them out in the opposite directions, and fucking just flings your arm off him, and he fucking dashes away. So he moves 60 feet, and I'm guessing you have, what's your normal move? 30?
My normal movement is 30.
Okay. But you are able to shift into another form now if that's what you wish to, so.
Now, if
But
I've
yeah,
tumbled off him, I'm going to go with Plan B.
Okay.
Well, Plan B is that I'm going to hold up my staff and I'm going to cast Wall of Thorns in front of him so that he can't escape.
Okay. Go right ahead. What happens if they hit it and try and go through?
He will take 7d8 damage.
78?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Ow!
Okay, so your wall sprouts into life. Okay, it just kind of rips the stones underneath, just grows up, all kind of crazy and shit. Huge, big, black thorns, dripping with fucking kick ass, and he hear him like kind of like in frustration, and he speeds up and dives headlong into the fucking thing. Roll damage.
He gets to make a dex saving throw. It might be halved, but I'll roll the damage. Yeah.
He is not going to take a dex save.
All right. Okay. I might have killed him by accident then.
No, he killed himself because.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's my wall, wasn't it?
That's
31
good.
points of damage.
How much?
31.
31. All right. So he jumps in, and I'm guessing they get lodged in there.
It just says that it's you can move through the wall, albeit slowly and painfully. For every 1 foot the creature moves, it spends 4 feet of movement, and it takes 78 damage whenever it's in there. Half as much
Okay.
as failed save. So
How
if he's
thick?
still conscious, he can still move through it just really slowly.
All right. So he dives headlong into this thing, and he is just pushing himself through this shit. But he's not making it. He just seems to be grunting. But you can see just fucking blood and shit like that just starting to drip off of him as he's pushing himself through it. How thick is the wall?
It is 5 foot thick.
5 feet.
All right. So let's see.
20 feet of movement to get through.
Will he be able to get through? Yeah, he'll be able to get through, won't he? No, actually, because he kept running. So he had already moved up to there. So he had 15 feet of movement left, which means that's 3 feet through.
Yeah, so that would have cost him all of his movement.
Yeah. So he still has 2 feet to move through as the next round comes in. Is there anybody?
How
wants to
damaged
take
does he
any
look?
Action before he does that.
I once he takes the damage, I figured I would put him to sleep.
Okay.
So you see me pull out this a very ornate lyre, and I strum it and sing, "Go to sleep, go to sleep." So and I position the sleep so that he's pretty much the only one in it.
Okay.
So I think it's a wisdom save.
Okay. Ouch. Damn it, I dropped the die.
Are you sleep on them?
No, yeah, sorry. That's
That's
just I rolled like
Yeah, you roll hit points.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, isn't that just hit points? I was just letting Brendan be Brendan.
It's like 5d8.
10, 13 plus 18 hit points worth.
Okay. You get really close. He seems to
damn it.
start nodding off, but he shakes it off and he like punches some fucking thorns to like wake himself up, but it doesn't stop him. He got really close though. It was 2 hit points away from fucking.
Okay.
You don't know. You
All
don't
right.
know that really, but
Yeah,
you know. It was
I rolled 2 1s. My fault. I suck.
Oh, you don't suck. Your character sucks. No, just playing.
You don't know that for sure.
Yeah, it's all right. Hey, it is what it is.
No, I know. I know.
Don't self-hate, brother. Don't self-hate.
Oh no,
All
I'm
right,
good.
So, Alex, is there anything you want to do before he jumps into his next turn?
I'm gonna land in front on the other side of the wall,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Ray of Frost at him.
Okay.
Is a 14 gonna hit?
No. Like you shoot it through, and like it hits just too many vines to reach through and to hit him. You got closer.
That's my turn.
Okay. So his turn. He pushes through again. Roll another 78.
That is even higher than last time. 37. No, 38.
All right, so with that, he takes 2 damage. He passes out, but with him being out of thorns, he takes the other 35 damage. And I believe that puts him in the death saves already, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on him once he goes unconscious.
All right.
And that'll also make the wall just disappear as well.
Okay. So, finds to ungrow themselves and retract back to the ground. Except the stones are still all fucked up. But, who cares? So, yeah, so he's out. Unconscious, bloody. Looks a little pale from all the blood loss. But you got him.
I know that Leandro's cast Spare the Dying on him, but I will, once we've all caught up and once we've got him secure, I will cast level 2 Cure Wounds on him.
Stop healing the villains. It hasn't worked very well.
But we need him alive and we need him conscious. Okay, I won't.
He is alive. And he's gonna stay alive. We'll get him conscious once we get into the region.
I could try and slap him awake with medicine checks if you prefer.
It's fantastic. Oh my god. You can't get better entertainment than this. Just saying. You can't.
Oh my god, just get back in the pocket.
I can't have used something well. Oh no, I didn't use something well shapes. So yes, I will turn back into the mouse and get back in the pocket. But I'll be sulking. You've never seen a mouse with his pet lip out before, but you have now.
We have no.
Sad.
You've got pointier ears than normal. And a redder nose.
So how long was it to fly from this part of the city to the next?
So you're in the West City, and for you to get back over to where your normal stomping grounds are in the East City, it will take. Are you taking the room?
Yes.
Okay. Probably about an hour. So if you want to hire, or you want to call for transport, you can do that also.
No, we should be fine. I stick the guy in the bag of holding and I line up his head with a hole so that every 10 minutes I just pull his head out for air and then put it back in.
That works.
Very nice.
All right. So I'm going to give you a point of inspiration from that one. Because that was good. And that was great. And Daryl, I'm going to give you a point of inspiration for avoiding the lady spider.
The accumulative points of inspiration in your game, or
Yeah, accumulative. There's no limit. Fuck it, because you're special.
I'll just ask you because I haven't used the one you gave me last time. I did one.
Okay. All right. Brendan, you get one just because you're beautiful.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The
entrance was good.
You get one. No. You get one because I'm beautiful.
That was great. I'll take it. So, you guys fly off without any problem. You get 3/4 of the way there and make me a perception roll.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
6.
That does a great job. 6 is awesome.
Let's see. 19 plus 5. 24.
Yeah, so you don't even look back. You just kind of listen. You're just like, you hear of something flying a good ways behind you. And actually, yeah, you just
I think we're
barely
being followed, my
hear it.
fellows.
So you kind of turn your head back and you look and you see this flying vehicle. It's really hard to see because it kind of shifts with the light a little bit. It almost just looks like a cloud, like a dark cloud, but you can barely see it.
I do believe we're being followed, fellows.
Oh, are we? Now look back. Is it gaining speed up towards us?
No, it is just kind of keeping up, kind of watching.
Am I able to use my communications pin while I'm in animal form?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, I'll use the pin. I'll say, I bet you anything that's that tiefling I told you about.
Great. Just make sure she doesn't start shooting more bolts at me. Don't
Yeah,
want any more in my thigh.
I'll clamber around and sit on his back in mouse form, ready to drop back into furbolg form if necessary.
Okay.
Oh no,
How
So everybody make
how
a dex
fast are we
check.
traveling? How fast are we traveling?
50?
30 feet around, because between the both of us, we weigh around 300 pounds.
Okay, if it would make life easier. So here, hold on. Would you like me to go look?
Look at
Who's in the car?
sure, I guess.
So I'm going to play "Falling Away from Me" by Korn on the lyre,
All right.
and then I'll jump off and fly back. I guess I'll need. I want to be stealthy about it.
Okay, so roll your stealth.
I'm having such good rolls today. I fucking love this. 27.
Damn. So outbeats what she got. So, well, you didn't hear that. Yeah, you're a level 3. Shit. So you just kind of hover, and as you sit there, the vehicle drives by you. It basically matches the speed of how fast Liam Door's flying.
Can I grab on so I don't have to chase after her?
Sure. I want you to roll me a. Just make like a dex check. What's your dex modifier?
Dex or acrobatics?
Whichever one's higher is fine with me.
Okay. That's going to be a 21.
All right. So you managed to grab on, and you also managed not to make too much noise. Yeah, that's fine. So, let's see. Yeah, so you're hanging on, and you guys are flying. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I want to see, kind of crawl around and see if I can see who's driving.
All right. So you move around. You can definitely tell it's a tiefling girl.
Excellent.
Right, tiefling. You look inside, and she is amazingly beautiful, but she's got cold eyes. So.
Dangerous. That's how I like them.
Yep. She's gonna kill you, but she loves you. Okay.
All right, so I've got a question.
Mhm.
I've got a question for you. So when casting a spell with the instrument of bards, hold on. If so, I have advantage, or they have disadvantage on the saving throw on a spell to charm them. Okay.
Okay.
But suggestion doesn't say it charms a person, but if they can't be charmed, then it doesn't work.
Okay.
So it doesn't give the charmed condition, but it obviously uses charm. So would she have disadvantage if I cast suggestion on her?
Do tieflings normally have anything that combats charm?
No.
I
Then,
don't
no,
think
she
so.
wouldn't have any extra ability to, stab it off.
So would she have disadvantage because I was using the bard instrument?
Does it say it? And it's no. It would just be regular unless the instrument itself gives you advantage on.
Well, and that's the thing is that when you use here's what it says. When you use the instrument to cast a spell that causes a target to become charmed on a failed save, the target has disadvantage on the saving throw.
That's if it makes a critical.
But no. They have disadvantage on the saving throw if it's a spell to charm somebody.
I would say
okay.
because the suggestion has a sentence in it that says creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect, that it must have a charm effect as part of it. So if, and this is just my interpretation of it, if your liar gives disadvantage on that, then the disadvantage will be imposed on suggestion.
Yeah.
And that was all I wanted to check before.
No, that's fine. If that's what the instrument does, and that's what it does. I'm not gonna say it doesn't.
So what I would do is I want to cast suggestion on her, and I want to suggest to her that you've been ensorcelled by our enemies. You're supposed to be working for us. What are you doing? So, disadvantage on the wisdom save, DC 14.
Oh. So, I rolled an 18, and I rolled a 1. So, the vehicle stops midair. Rolls down the window. She looks at you. She says, "You're totally right. What the hell am I doing?" She says, "Please get in. Come on, let's pick up your friends."
I'm so glad we could break the enchantment.
I am too. So,
hold on one second, and I'll get in the other side.
So, so how long does the suggestion work? Or
8 hours.
When does it break? Does it break if she is hurt or something like that?
She gets damaged.
Yeah. If we damage her, that ends it.
Okay. So as long as she doesn't get hit,
I can specify a condition that will end it.
Yeah, if she completes.
Yeah, as long as we don't.
Sorry, go on.
It's either I specify a condition that will turn it off, or the time runs out, or me or one of my companions damage her.
Okay. So protect the shit out of her. Don't let her get hit, and you got 8 hours worth of it. But I'm gonna say that it
Yep.
doubles to 16 because she critically failed her fucking roll, and so you basically got it for a day.
Perfect.
Like she's actually just like, I don't know what I was doing. Don't know why. It's insane. She's just like totally on your side, and she's kind of like you can
So-
too. So
So I'm going to put my hand on her leg and say, honey, I'm so glad we got you back. Come, let's go pick up our teammates.
okay, so this vehicle, the lights turn on and it moves up quicker behind you, and you can see Alex like trying to fucking like move the broom faster.
Well, without him on there, we can actually move
I,
2 feet around.
I know, but the vehicle moves faster than that. But I'm just saying because I think it's funny. That's in my mind. That's what I see. It's like you're trying to kick the broom to go faster. Anyways, if it flies next to you, right, and the window's down, and you look over and you see her, and then you see Felipe on the other side, smiling at you. She's like, "Stop!"
I did
She's
it.
like, "Stop! I'll do.
I did
Just
it,
get in.
friend.
We'll talk."
I broke the enchantment.
Are you?
I did it, friends. I broke the enchantment. She's one of us again.
Okay. That's nice.
Squeak.
So she's like, "Please get in. That you don't have to fly in that. We can fly in this, and it'd be great. Come on." She's like, "Please."
It's much more comfortable in here.
She opens the door. She opens the door, you know, and you're able to get in if you want to get in, or you cannot.
I mean, I kind of have a delivery, but I can drop off my other friend if you need that much company.
Well, I mean, there's space in the back for all of you to fit. You know what I mean? So we can go and drop your friend off, and then we can go wherever we're gonna go. As long as this cute guy comes with me, I'm fine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you know I'll never leave your side.
She's like, she pats your cheek. She's like,
And
"I'm
it-
not just wait until later. I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
He'll move his hand up a little bit more and squeeze her leg a little.
Mm. She's like, oh, it gives me.
Yeah, as much as I want to be part of this conversation and that scenario, I'm gonna have to pass.
Really? Look, she's like, fine, I'll be good.
We'll meet you at headquarters.
Okay. You just gonna meet him at headquarters?
I'll see you in. How long are you gonna be?
I won't be 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's about half an hour to headquarters.
yeah. So you guys both take off. She outdistanced you in her flying machine rather quickly. As you're watching, you see it stop. You see it move a little bit, and then it takes off again. So
This car's rocking. Don't come a knocking.
yeah, so
I'm just gonna take my pin off.
Mhm.
I don't want to hear what's going on over there.
Oh, you can't hear. You actually have to activate it to hear.
Yeah, but you can accidentally activate it by hitting it, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'm not taking.
Right before you do that, it pops on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's just plain. It doesn't come on. No, it's basically he's flying the vehicle, and she is not seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna
She's
take the
not
pin.
in the vehicle.
She's basically giving him head, but I didn't want to say it.
Well,
But I
now,
will. Anyways, so what happens? You guys meet there right about the same time as he just kind of drives really slow. And you pass him, and all you see is him just kind of like in a daze, holding the wheel. And you go past him. Yeah,
Does this thing have cruise control?
you see a tail whipping around in there.
you're parked now.
Sorry. Little blood loss to the head.
Anyways, so you all arrive. And you take the prisoner in with your bag of holding with his head sticking out of it.
Yeah, I let him out for air.
Yeah. And by this time, he's like groggily kind of waking up, like, what's going on? And he's like, start moving his, like, let me out. Let me out. And he starts like, kind of like bumping his head backwards at you.
Okay, I'll cast frostbite on him.
He's like, ah. And he like icicles start forming on his nose and his hair and shit, and he's just like, good,
And then I'll cast
my
Spare the
friend.
Dying on him again.
Okay. He's just like keep killing him and bringing him back to life. Subdual. Okay. Anyways, you bring him in, and you take him. Do you take him to headquarters, or you guys take him to your headquarters?
We take him to the Regent because he told
Okay.
us to bring him in.
So, the Regent is actually gone for the night. He just went home, which is really not that far away from where you guys are, anyways. But he's already left for the night when you arrive. So, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm kind of holding the guy's head out of the bag. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Who are you asking?
Intel? Because she's supposed to be the only other person that's supposed to know.
Well, you do have communication devices.
Yeah,
Call him.
Intel?
What's up?
I have the person that Regent is looking for. Where am I supposed to take him if he's not at the headquarters?
That is a pickle. Okay. She says, "Well, we have a safe house not too far from headquarters, and it's it's kind of used for this type of thing." She's like, "If you swing by my place, I'll give you the key."
Yeah, thanks. Also, I'm looking at Phil. I'm like, do we want to arrest that girl? That assassin?
No. Hey, hold on. Excuse us. Hun, we're going to talk just for a second. Just give us just a minute, okay?
Okay. What the hell's going on?
Nothing.
I'm not talking to you. You go do what you're gonna do, but I'm talking to him. Liam, what's going on?
Who, me?
Yes.
Who's talking to me? Intel or her?
No, Intel's talking to Liam. And
Yeah.
Philly and the girl are off talking by themselves.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, no. I was saying, I was telling the girl that I was going to talk to Liam.
Oh, yeah. Well, go ahead. I'll be right here by my car or my vehicle thing.
Looking
I'm at the-
beautiful as always.
Flying.
I know this. She like,
So I'm gonna go over to Liam. All right, listen. She's under suggestion. She thinks she's one of us and has been ensorcelled by the other side. So she will willingly give us everything honestly.
You getting all this intel?
yeah, yeah, I'm getting this. So,
But we've only got a little under or a little over 7 hours left. So we need to debrief her and get all of the information we can get out of her before before she comes out of the spell.
yeah, that would be a good idea.
Okay.
That would probably be the best idea at the moment.
Well, I gotta get this guy out of my bag of holding. So, I'll go get the key and meet you at the safe house, and you do that, and we'll meet each other there.
All right. So, Intel gives Philly the address of the place, and she also gives Liam the address to her place privately. And
Yeah, I get it. He's really into I have a big dick powers, but it's kind of freaky.
she's like, well,
But it
the
works!
thing is, he does have big dick powers, but I just don't have him trying to
Boom!
do me. But he's a good addition to you guys in case you need to talk to other big dick powers. So manage the big dick power.
I don't want to touch that subject.
She's like, hey, I'm just saying how it is. And she hands you the key when you guys have the conversation when you meet her. You see, she has a really nice house. It's actually halfling size.
What's the legal drinking age in the capital?
How old are you? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're.
18.
Oh, is. She's like, if you want to drink, go drink. You're a warden. Nobody's going to tell you to stop. Just
I
don't
might take it
go
up.
around killing people around or some shit, you know. That
Actually, I don't think I've killed anyone yet.
would be unfortunate. You're good. Go have a drink. Need a drink? I got a drink in here. You just have to stoop.
Let me think about it. And I just kind of like pulled the guy out of my head for another breather.
She kind of laughs. She's like, very inventive.
I don't think this guy has much more time on his wild shape, so I think it's better to get to the safe house.
Squeak. Yeah. The dude wakes up. What's going on? What's going on? What happened? So, yeah, he starts doing that shit. You frost him in the face again?
Yeah.
Okay. And she's just like, you can't just like punch him. I mean, he's just, you know. But hey, whatever.
He's kind of hard to punch.
He's in a bag.
Yeah.
You're holding the bag. You just punch the bag. It's really that easy.
I mean, I could just stuff him in there and suffocate him until he goes unconscious again, and then keep him alive.
That works too, but who knows that he doesn't get a hold of something in there?
Yeah, I'm not worried unless he gets out of the bag. So, then I cast Spare the Dying on him and put him back in.
All right, so he's just chilling out.
I'll take him to
Baghead.
safe house. See ya.
All right, you and Baghead, go ahead and go. I think I'll just hold that drink. Have a good night, Liam.
There's a cell in the safe house, right?
Huh?
There's a cell in the safe house, or do I just lock him in one of the rooms?
Oh yeah, there's a cell there.
Thank you.
Alright. So you get to the safe house. And Philly and the other one, they're sitting in the vehicle. And it's moving a little. As you approach, you go and lock it. And you take him downstairs. You kind of dump him out of the bag, and he just kind of flops on the floor. You close the cell, lock it. And the cell itself is down below, like in a cellar, kind of, sort of. It's made out of iron and shit like that. You go back upstairs, and you find it's kind of like it's furnished like kind of like a Spartanish, you know. It's just got plain stuff. It's not like all frilly and shit. It's made for purpose, not look. There is food there. So, what do you guys want to do?
So as I'm doing all that, I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Wait, get the fuck out of my pocket!
Shoot! And he grows out of your pocket about that time. And he just kind of lands on top of you with his ass on your chest. He's just, yeah.
Alright. I get up and I cast mending on his pocket. And then I help him up.
All right. Yeah, so, you know, you're good to go. Philly, you get finished doing what you're doing with the chick, and you bring her in. So there are about 4 rooms upstairs. And there's 1 room downstairs. There's a common area, a kitchen. There's a bathroom on each floor, and then there's kind of like a office area on the bottom. Yeah, but guess you could have compromised it.
Once we put her in the cell too.
Yeah, she's not leaving now.
So basically, I'm going to start by, starting very exasperated. Honey, I know this is going to sound weird, but you know how procedures are. We have to start from the beginning. We have to put everything on there. Do you want to write this, or do you want me to? I know you usually let me do the writing, but per procedure, we're supposed to ask. You know how it is.
All right. So you can put her in the cell down there, or you can.
No. I'm just going to take her to one of the rooms.
I'm saying afterwards, when she wakes up, unless you are probably going to, at that point, Kai's character will probably be like, "Yeah, that's going to happen."
But in the meantime, I don't want her to think that we don't think she's part of the team. And we've got like 7 hours left.
Yeah. All right. So she sits down and she just starts writing shit. And she tells you, she's like, "Well, you gotta understand that I know some stuff, but I don't know everything. They're really secretive about."
No.
They do
Just make sure. The important thing is that you write down everything you know, everything you've seen, everything you've you've suspected, and all of the terrible things that they made you do while you were ensorcelled. That's the important thing. Is not only the stuff you've seen and heard, but the things that they made you do, because that's the only way that we're going to bring the criminals to justice.
Okay. So she starts writing. She's writing for about 3 hours. You see that she writes really slow. And it's almost as if something is trying to work against her doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I would assume that has less trouble writing different things, and when she has more trouble, Phil's going to come behind her and be like, "You're doing great, honey. You are doing so good. I know you're still having to work against that magic, but you are doing spectacular."
She says, "Okay." She says, "I'm starting to get tired too."
Do you want something to drink? Can I get you something to drink, something to eat? I know it is just a pain writing all of these reports, and especially as much as you have to write.
Yeah, I'm a little hungry and thirsty.
No
So
problem.
she
No
goes.
problem.
She writes down as much as she knows and as much as herself is going to allow her to. And you sense that it's kind of like mental conditioning, kind of, sort of, in a way. You
Okay.
read it through. There's a lot of information there, but you don't think it's like everything. And you question her about it, and she just kind of like when you do ask her about it, she gets really defensive and kind of a little angry at it.
No. Please, I'm not. I'm not trying to make you defensive. You know that that's just what procedure is. Is that sometimes talking through these things will bring out just a little bit more information, and we just have to be as thorough as we can be, honey. You know that.
It's like, all right. She's like, I'm just doing the best I can.
No, you're doing great. You are doing spectacular.
Yeah. So if she gets done doing whatever writing that she's going to do, she's finished.
So I'm going to cast Detect Magic because I have Drow High Magic. I've got it basically as a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
So does she have any magic items on her?
Oh yeah. Her armor, her cloak, her boots,
Perfect.
her weapons.
So once she's done, I'm gonna kind of keeping a mental inventory of what all she's got magically. I'm gonna say, you know what? I think that's plenty, hon. Let's go ahead and go upstairs and see if I can't massage some of that tension out of you. And then take her upstairs. Phil will undress her, and then some of this stuff looks dirty and worn. Let me go ahead and I'm going to put it outside the door, and the guys will go. They'll make sure they clean it for us. So I'll strip her of all of her magic items. And then do the dirty.
All right. So you got her in the room naked. She's just like sitting on bed, looking around. Like, okay. He's like, well, I guess I'll go to sleep. And she just kind of
no, hell no. She ain't going to sleep. I got 3 hours left of this shit. At least.
I'm so tired though. We've done it a dozen times already, and all that writing and everything. I'm
You're
tired.
right. You're right. Go ahead. Go ahead and lay down. Let me give you a little massage. Lay you down. Get you to sleep. Once you're good and asleep, I'll let you be.
Lie down and think of England, love.
All right, so the other two are downstairs while he's dealing with her. You're going through the notes. It doesn't give you too much information. It does give you another name of a council member to investigate a little bit further. But she just kind of goes down how many followers of Shar that Vorpal is kind of intertwined with, and it's really not that many. In all actuality, you would think that there would be hundreds or something like that, but it's actually only about 5. She lists where they work, where they live, and a little shit like that. But it doesn't give you the full blown information that you thought you were going to receive. And you can roll an insight. She's actually, she seems to be honestly telling you what she knows. She's more of like an enforcer kind of sorta, and enforcer. She's kind of like their version of like an inquisitor kind of sorta. Yeah. Um, she
Wow.
says she's not really sure what she's gonna do after that, but it does give you a couple other properties to check out, and it gives you a couple names to, investigate. And the other names that they give you is kind of a little bit more higher up than Vorpal. Vorpal's kind of one of the lesser lords. He's wealthy and stuff like that, but his power just comes from, just being wealthy. He doesn't have any kind of like title or anything. And the lordship, it was just kind of granted because, he had a lot of money, influential in some ways. So
It would make sense if he didn't know too many of the cultists as well. They're not by name. An illegal cult like this will probably operate in some sort of cell fashion. You only know the members of your individual cell.
yeah, so it's kind of really kind of tailored, kind of like how terrorist cells work. Yeah, only a few know this person, that person, and contact is made, but the people that are making the contact never actually like meet per se. They are in the same room, but they never look at the other person or find out who it is. They just kind of pass notes, and it just kind of goes like that. 'Cause it's really the only way you can hide a hidden cult. You know. But you know that the people, the followers of Soon, here in the capital are a pretty good sized contingent. Um, do you know if they ever found out that followers of Shar were out there, then it would just be a witch hunt.
Yeah, let's try to keep
Go after 'em.
streets not a war zone.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure what a war between Sune and Shar would look like. I know Shar has been pretty, quiet, hush hush so far, but like would Sune just start like covering the streets with, I don't know.
Well, I think it would be pretty violent, even if the good guys outnumber the bad guys. These bad guys seem to have some nasty powers at the disposal.
Yeah.
I
Or you guys want to proceed from here? Sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. I was just going to say I'm going to do very similar things to the bloke who just brought in minus the sex. I don't want to have one of the like their version of communications or anything like that. So I'm going to strip him basically completely off and put a jumpsuit on him or something, so that we know that he can't have anything to contact the outside world.
What the fuck is going on here?
What?
Why are you taking off your clothes?
It's hot weather, you know.
Ah,
Fine, I'll put your robe back on.
what the fuck?
You started that.
And then it's so short.
That's awesome. So, so yeah, that's what you guys find out, and you can begin the search again, or you, I mean, I don't know how you guys want to handle.
Well, I mean, it's getting close to nighttime. We have the main suspect of their arrest, and we have one of the enforcers pretty much on our lap, and probably much deeper than that.
Definitely on our lap.
I think I don't know about everybody else, but I'm absolutely knackered. I suggest questioning him in the morning and have a bit of sleep before then.
Yeah, but I still think we should put the tiefling in the cell.
I completely agree.
Should we go walk in on them?
I think we'll knock.
Yeah.
At about this time, Philra will be coming downstairs carrying all of her gear.
All right. So she's walking down there butt naked.
Oh my god!
No. Just he's carrying. She's upstairs asleep. He's carrying her gear downstairs. Remember, she was very tired.
Yeah. So yeah, you find all of her
She's had a busy day.
clothes, even her small clothes are there. That's when you asked her to undress. She's just like, okay.
Is she in a deep?
Boom.
You did
She's
find
zonked.
one of the
She's good
clothes
for now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go upstairs, put another one of the jumpsuits on her if there's a spare, and I'm going to gently put her in the cell as well.
All right. So as you're up there doing that, she wakes up and she grabs for your crotch.
Jump person.
Pulls one in your hand.
She's already charmed, man.
You got a charmer?
Does it look like she's trying to attack us?
No, she's looking like she's wanting to jump your bones.
Oh, in that case, I'll just jump backwards.
Oh, okay. Well, she's like, but wait, and like, she's like holding on to you. Do you kind of like break free of her?
Yes.
Okay. I need you to roll me a. Get out of here. Roll me a sleight of hand, I guess would be.
Sleight of hand, okay.
Well, you got to figure this, okay? She's really specially trained herself. You know what I mean? Kind of like the Inquisitor. So she knows how to grab on to people. So you just grabbing her hands and just kind of like trying to move them away. She's not letting go. All right. She wants the D, and she doesn't want to let go until she gets the D. But if you want to get free of her, then you're gonna have to break free of it. So
Maybe like a contested grapple.
Basically, what we're gonna have to do.
Like athletics first.
But for him, he's trying to do it in a way that doesn't, possibly damage her. So he's trying to do it in a sneaky way, like, okay, just
Definitely don't damage
that's
her.
what I'm saying. So, you know, trying
Right.
to be, I'm trying to be on your side on this one. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I've got a
Just
custom.
sleight of hand, or that's really the only thing I could think of that would kind of be that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Besides, you know, or a deck save or something like that. But I would say more of a sleight of hand for me.
That's fine. I just found it funny because I didn't know where she was grabbing me. I'm going to cast guidance on myself as well.
Okay.
22.
Okay. She's got to roll too.
Battle sponges.
She actually beats you out by 1.
Oh,
So
God.
she keeps a hold of you. Yeah.
Somebody's getting a handy, Jay.
Oh God.
You guys have no idea because he went upstairs. So, or did you?
Why do you have all her stuff? Well, I guess it makes sense. We don't want her to have a crossbow when she's in the cell, right?
Right, and the various other magic items she has.
I would. Never mind. That's a dumb question. So we just got to get her in there now.
Yeah. Wait a second. Where's Sharptooth at?
They grabbed one of the
And-
jumpsuits and went up there.
About that time, you hear
Oh
some
shit.
shuffling around up there.
I'm going to cast Entangle at level 2.
Okay.
Panic! Panic!
Yeah, panic! This is
Okay.
strength 15. Strength 15 save.
All right. She is going to counter it. She's like, "You're not doing that to me. You're gonna give me that D."
Oh, good God.
Oh. Yep.
Okay. Help!
I'm gonna start going up the stairs.
This is awesome. I'm enjoying myself immensely. Just by the way. Okay, so that doesn't work for you. And she's just like, why wouldn't you want me? You know, she's kind of like, I'm sexy and all this other stuff. She's just like, you know, why won't you be part of me? You know, and she's like moving your hands over her and stuff. She's just, and about that time, you guys coming upstairs or what?
Yeah.
Or are you guys just
He's
kind of
screaming
letting it
for
go?
help. I am obligated to go assist my partner.
I'm from a good, wholesome village. What would we both say?
I didn't know he had one.
So you guys walk in, and she's got his hand like on her breast and her crotch area, and he seems visibly upset, but at the same time, his cheeks are red.
Why do you scream for help?
He,
Why do you bloody think? Get her off me!
Honey.
she's like, "What? I can't help it.
I'm shocked.
I don't think about it."
You know you're
normal."
supposed to call me before you do that kind of thing.
She's like, "Well, you weren't." He's big and stronger than you are. She's like, do you shift?
Is she still talking to me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's talking to you.
I'm going to cast hidden step and try and run.
See, wait. All right.
Wait,
so
didn't you
count-
do that once today already?
It's per short rest, and I've had a short rest since then.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's not a spell, right?
No, it's a racial trait.
Okay. So you pop out and jump somewhere else or whatever. She's like, oh.
And you just hear these footfalls as I make it downstairs.
Yeah, and then like the two of you are like staring at her, and she's like, "Well, I've never been with two before, Mr. Liam." She's walking over to you. She's attempting to. Let's see. She's using persuasion on you. So that's you got to beat out of 23.
Okay. Nope, I got 21.
Bardic Inspiration.
All right. She entices
Bardic
you.
Inspiration. D8.
You're not gonna take him.
The 24 with a D8.
Okay, so you managed to kind of break out of it, and she's like,
Look, silver dragons, we mate for life, and I don't really want to just spend it all on just a. I mean, you're a nice lady and all, but so you're already staying with Philril, and I don't want to step on his toes.
She's like, whatever. I think you would have made beautiful babies. I wasn't always a bad person.
I mean, do you want to talk about that?
Talk about what?
How you came to be who you are today?
She's like, if you wish.
Okay, I'll go grab some water. I'm sure you're thirsty.
You gonna sit down and just ask her what was going on?
Yeah.
Oh, she's
Okay.
30, all right.
So she explains, she tell you her story, and basically she kind of like she was an orphan, and as an orphan, she stayed in some of the orphanages for a little while, but of course nobody really wants a tiefling, and so she was eventually adopted by one of the people that worked for Vorpal, which they ended up being cultists themselves, her adopted parents, and so she just ended up entering that life like that. She's been in the service of the Vorpal family ever since. She is 25 now, so for the last 17 or 18 years, this is the only life she's known. She's had specialized training to be a killer and use magic and stuff like that. So,
So, this is something that you've always wanted to do? I mean,
she's like, "What do you mean want it? There's no want. You do what they tell
yeah,
you."
I get that, but you can still be trained to do one thing and want to do another.
Sounds a little bit too much like free will. You're not allowed free will in my life.
Yeah, I just kind of send a passive glare to Philril. I'm like, yeah, I get that. I mean, everyone has choices, and you don't have to live by the ones that are forced upon you.
Easy for you to say. You were born free. I was not.
Oh, well, I mean, true, I was born free, but I was adopted by not really a person. I didn't get to know my parents either.
Well, apparently you're doing pretty good for yourself.
Yeah, I guess I just got lucky, I guess.
We're not all so lucky.
Well, fortunately, we all have the opportunity to change our lives.
Yeah, she's like, whatever. I guess I'll just go back to my regular life after this.
Hopefully not.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, it's just a hypothetical question. If you had the opportunity to get out of Vorpal and maybe do something else with your life, would you?
She sits there and she thinks. She says, part of me says no, part of me says yes. But the part of me that says yes is winning out right now. Part of me that says no wants me to kick you in the face, blast him with fireballs, hit my gear, and kill you all. That makes sense.
Yeah, we get that reaction a lot.
I'm sure you do.
Well, I'm gonna leave you with Philril now. I'm gonna get you that water, and you want a snack? Like, we got some bread and jam.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, I'll be right back.
I'll be here. Be right here.
All right, I'll go down there.
Okay.
And I'll go get some fucking bread and jam, some water, and a jug of water.
What? What did I do?
So, what's the next course of action here?
Please, thank you. Oh my god, I love it. Don't put that shit in your mouth, boy.
That's my brother.
So, I'm just gonna say, Philril, it's about that time.
So, what are you guys
Let's move her downstairs.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. All right.
I'm just gonna exit the room.
So, hun, we need you to, get dressed. And the only clothes we have for you that are clean are this dumpy old one-piece jumper.
She's like, why can't I just have mine?
They're out getting cleaned. They're being cleaned right now.
They were dirty.
If you're wearing them, they're always dirty, honey.
Okay. You see, kind of is like starting to like wane, kind of, sort of. See, she's narrowing eyes a little more often and stuff like that. So it's getting close to it wearing off. She's like, this is probably going to end bad.
Well, I certainly hope not. I think we've had a great time. I don't see why it should end bad.
She says you're cute, but you've used me for sex, information, and now I'm stuck in the worst possible place that I could probably be in my life. Choosing between the enemy or what I could perceive as my family, but really is my enemy.
Exactly. Your opportunity at this time is to come with me, make a new family, start over anew. You've done a good thing. You will be rewarded for that.
No, I won't. Your inquisitor's going to kill me. Or I'm going to kill her.
I can barely hear you.
She says, not really. Either you or your inquisitor is going to kill me, or I'm going to kill you all. And that's really what's going to happen.
Well,
So she said,
I'm not going to kill
she
you.
says, she puts her hand up. She says, please stop. She says, if you'll allow me to kill myself, I will.
I'd really rather you didn't do that.
You don't understand. And she kind of like shakes her head. I get it now. You cast suggestion on me. That's why I'm not trying to kill you right now.
I kind of did. I kind of did.
I know you did. But I went along with it because it was enjoyable. And it actually worked. But it's wearing off. And when it wears off, my intention is probably going to be kill you all. Or you're going to kill me.
That's all good news as I just kind of come around the corner. Do you still want the water jam?
She's like, Liam, explain to him why it's a good reason for me to kill myself.
I mean, there are lots of reasons for it, but I don't believe in them myself personally.
You
See?
understand that?
Even he agrees.
She's like, I'm a fanatic. I was beat and conditioned all my life to do this.
Yes.
If I leave this building alive, I'm going right back into what I was doing before. You can leave me in a cell, but I'll find my way out.
I mean,
That's what I do. I find people, I get them out, or I kill them. And I do it all in the name of Shar. I am a fanatic.
you know, I don't want to tell you your business, but it sounds like that is what you tell yourself to keep yourself in line. I think that you just don't know any better, and that's the only thing that you do know. And rather than trying something new or fighting for your own rights, you'd rather just go back to what you're good at. I mean, that's fair. And I just extend the water jug and jam-covered bread to her. I mean, it's that, or, we fight, when something happens, you get captured and put down in a cell, or you kill us all and you leave. But it doesn't really change anything. You're still gonna go back to Shar one way or the other, whether we kill you or not. And then you're just gonna be lost all over again. And really, no matter which way you go, you lose. You don't gain anything from killing us. You don't get anything from us capturing you, whether you choose to let us or not. But at least if you accept our help, there's an opportunity for you to do something else. And if it doesn't lead you anywhere and you decide to fight us anyways, then at least that was your choice.
Mm-hmm. So she shakes her head one final time, and she looks at you. Her eyes go completely black, and this is where we're gonna end it for today.
We're gonna fight, aren't we?
Yes, you are. It's gonna be a bad fight. So I'm gonna stop. Anybody watches, thank you.